Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sean with another Tesla video. So sorry that I've been so silent lately. The real estate thing is just in full swing, and I'm in the process of upstarting a new arm of my real estate business, and it's just been taking a lot of my attention. But without further ado, as I alluded to in the previous video I published, I want to cover 5 of the worst design elements of the Model 3. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you know I'm a big fan of the Model 3. In fact, I intend on getting one here soon this year. But I think there are some things that can be improved on with the Model 3, and I want to jump into those. Now, I want to also set this up by saying that I've spent a lot of time with the Model 3. Not only have I done an extensive 30-minute review on the Model 3, I've also spent quite a bit of time in the Model 3 with 2 different and separate hypermile attempts. So, I mean, we're talking probably 70, 80 hours with the Model 3. I think that's probably more than what a lot of new Model 3 owners have spent in their car. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. Now, the first one that I'm really not crazy about is the lack of charging ring around the charge port. So if it's really dark outside or it's really low lit and you go and you try and plug in your cord into the Model 3 charge port, it's really hard to see. Now, the Model 3 does have a charging indicator in the shape of a Tesla logo, but that's sort of off to the side, off to the left of the charge port. And if you don't have really great light, sometimes it's really difficult to get that charging cable into the charge port. Now, the second thing I think Tesla missed a mark on is this enormous charging port door that opens up vertically. Now, if you're familiar with the S and the X, it's much smaller. I think they missed the mark on this one. Not only does it not fit the sleek, slim design of Tesla, I think it's likely to break often. Now, I'm not a Model 3 owner yet. Maybe you can tell me if you're watching this video. Do you find it easy to brush into that door? The third thing I'm really not wild and crazy about is the gloss on the console in the middle of the car between the front seats. There's a couple of reasons why I'm not crazy about it. Number one, it catches a lot of dust. You can see the dust really well. You can also see fingerprints really well, fingerprints and smudges, and it shows scratches really well. And that's why I think you see a lot of people who are getting the vinyl wrap over that clear coat. Now, the fourth design element that I think is just terrible with the Model 3 is where you place the key card. You place it in a very awkward spot, and there's no stationary place for that key card to remain, so you end up just putting it into the cup holders. But if you have cups in the cup holders like you're supposed to, where does the key card go? It's a little bit of a nuisance, and I wish that they put some sort of magnet or stationary sleeve to be able to slide that key card into. Now, I realize with most owners who drive on a regular basis are probably using their phone, so this is maybe not an issue that comes up too often with current owners. Still, I think it's not a really great design. Now, the fifth and final design element that I think Tesla should have put a little bit more thought into is the media elements at the bottom of the touch screen on that 15-inch display. They look beautiful, and overall I'm a very big fan of the user interface and user experience of that 15-inch screen. I think they knocked it out of the park and how intuitive it is and how they fit 2 screens from the S and the X into one with the 3. But what I'm really not crazy about is the size of the media icons, more specifically the ones that you adjust up and down, the ones that have options to adjust up and down, like the climate control, and the volume. Now, the volume you can adjust on the steering wheel, but the climate control, as you're driving and trying to keep eyes on the road, it's really hard to kind of put your finger in the right place in the Model 3. Now, with the Model S, those icons are much larger, and I like that. I like that they're a little bit bigger. So Tesla, if you're watching this, Elon, if you're watching this, it would be super cool if you were to make those media icons just a tad easier to tap on while you're driving. That is it for this video. What are your thoughts? Do you have some least favorite things about the Model 3? Maybe you're an owner and you've gotten a chance to get to know it a little bit. What are some of your least favorite things about the Model 3? I already know it's a fantastic car. I love it. I really enjoy it, and I intend on buying it unless they come out with a new S or X sometime soon. Would love to hear some things that you think Tesla can improve on in regards to Model 3. Could be exterior, could be interior. Put it in the comments down below. That's it for this one, so thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next video.